Hey there, Misfits. Welcome to the first ever Keyforge Tearing It Up. I'm Old Man Tom, and we are looking at the newest set, Dark Tidings. And this is the Deluxe Archon deck. So it's the version that comes with a deck and all sorts of little counters and such, things that are, going with the new set, new rules, new stuff like that. So we're going to take a look at it real quick and see what's inside. First, all that annoying tape. Okay, let's see what's inside. Cardboard, a deck. It's Mix Bronze Bell, the Ambidextrous Outlaw. As you can see, it's logos, Untamed and Unfathomable. And I hope this doesn't set off my camera's QR code setting, but it looks like we've got some nice blues on the back here, but we'll take a look in a second. Also comes with the Dark Tidings new rule book, which has all the new rules for Tides, I think. At least it's supposed to. Creatures, battle line. I'm sure it does. We'll figure it out. And then here's all the new counters. Of course, keep in mind I normally use acrylics, but this is good for anybody who wants to start off learning the game because it's got chain counter, chain tracker. It's got all the damage tokens you're going to need. It's got all this stuff here. You've got the shield tokens, the enrage tokens, and you've got the 3 keys and all the amber you're ever going to need. Thought it would have a tide marker, but who knows? Maybe it's in the deck. Let's see what we got here. I know this is going to make some people nervous, taking a blade so close to their cards, but I like to live dangerously. So let's see what's in here. Here's the tide tracker. It's got high tide and low tide. It's on cards. This is the first Dark Tidings deck I've opened. And then basically it tells you the different quick reference guide, which is pretty nice to have on the back of that, especially for people who might not be familiar with the mechanics on the Dark Tidings set. But you've got Tide. The Tide begins the game at neither high nor low. Effects that allow the player to raise the tide, causing the tide to be high for that player and low for their opponent. That's interesting. I thought it was high overall and low. Granted, I've not played Dark Tidings yet, but I thought when it was high for everybody, and low, it was low for everybody. But that's an interesting new thing to get used to, definitely. And they got Enrage, Enhance, Elusive, and Purge rules, but got the Tide is high and Tide is low. Why am I hearing Blondie songs in my head now? Okay, so let's see what we got here in Untamed. We got Witch of the Dawn, Way of the Pixie, a couple of them. The Fittest, give a friendly creature a +1 power counter, and it's got the Amber bonus there. Reaper Sow, ready and reap with a friendly creature, give 3 +1 power tokens to creatures distributed as you choose. And then you've got Exhaust each enemy creature of a chosen house, and it comes with an Amber. Ooh, a Deep Water Gruin. If the tide is low, your opponent gains 1. So I guess you'd want to keep the tide high at that point. 2 Amber there, like a normal Gruin. This one's got a Steel. Salonia. After you play another creature, if the tide is high, gain 1. That's nice. Oh, 2 of them in here. Kangafant. Reap, destroy this creature. Each creature gains that. So it's interesting to keep somebody else Amber bound. Stampede, if you use 3 or more creatures this turn, steal 2. It's got an Amber bonus on it there. And then Blossom Drake. Blossom Drake gets +1 power for each artifact in play. Each artifact's text box is considered blank. Neat. So that's all of the Untamed. There's no artifacts in that Untamed, I don't think. So last card is kind of a little bit of a waste, but we'll see what we got in here. Razukzil's Chant. It's an action. Exhaust a creature. If the tide is high, exhaust each creature instead. Maelstrom. Put a creature on top of its owner's deck and in a random order, gain 2 chains. Another Maelstrom. Glitzbine Netcaster. This is what's giving me the enhanced tokens. And they are, looks like 2 steel. And you reap exhaust a creature. Oh, and that gave me the other 2 there. Exhaust a creature artifact. It's an artifact here, so at least we've got an artifact to work with. Flame Gill Enforcer. And after your opponent raises the tide, enrage Flame Gill Enforcer. So he likes the tide low. Oh, 3 of them? Goodness gracious. 3, 6 creatures. Not bad. And the action is capture 3. Nice amber control. And Vanocanth. While the tide is low, Valucanth cannot be used. And then fight, reap, exhaust an enemy creature and each of its neighbors. Undertow is exhaust 2 creatures, deal 2 damage to each exhausted creature with an amber bonus. General Sherman. General Sherman deals no damage when fighting. But play, you purge each other creature. Ouch! If General Sherman leaves play, return to play each creature purged this way. That's going to be interesting. So that's the underwater guys. What were they again? I forget. I said it earlier. My brain don't work. And then here's my favorite logos. Theory or Conjecture. Archive the top 2 cards of your deck. Or play the top card of your deck. You get to choose one. Talmadge Steelheart. Give Talmadge Steelheart a +1 power counter for each card you have played this turn, including that one. Not bad. Submersive Principle. Each player loses 1 amber. If the tide is high, each player loses half their amber instead. Nice. Science! For the remainder of the turn, after you play another action card, gain 1 amber. Not bad. Of course, I hope there's other action cards. There. 1, 2, so you could get some combo going on there. P.I. or P.L. Sweven. Oh, it must be P.I. Sweven, because it looks kind of like she's got a private eye pose. If the tide is high, draw 3 cards when you reap with her. Hydro Cataloger, another artifact for synergy in the rest of the deck. If a player raises the tide, they archive the top card on their deck, and it's got amber. Oh, that's got amber and steel amber. Another Hydra Cataloger. Bilge Warden steals as well. If the tide is high, your opponent raises the tide. Otherwise, you raise the tide. So some tide control in here too. Professor Garwin. It's elusive and reap. You may choose a card in your archives and put it into your hand. Not bad. Positron Bolt. All right. And it's got steel and amber. Nice. You know, deal 3 to a flank, 2 to its neighbor, and deal 1 to the second creature's other neighbor. I almost used the Positron Bolt mat today, but I figured that's a little much. Ruins of Arconis. That gives you an amber. It's a treasure. Put 4 amber on Ruins of Arconis from the common supply and archive a card. After a player plays their 6th card in a turn, if Ruins of Arconis is ready, move each amber from Ruin of Arconis to that player's pool. So you've got to play a 6th card in a turn. So that's probably going to combo up with a different house instead of logos, because that might be a little hard to pull off, especially, you know, with deck size and such. And Knowledge is Power. Archive a card and gain 1 amber for each archived card. So this deck looks pretty good, and because it's Keyforge, we're going to now cut to see how good the deck is on decks of Keyforge. Okay, as you can see, Mix Bronzebell, the Ambidextrous Outlaw, looks like it comes up with a 67 SAS rating. It's got 50 base AERC with +10 synergy, -2 anti-synergy, and +1 meta, which is something that I still don't understand. Which is, as you can see here, Positron Bolt, Hydra Cataloger, Bilge Warden, and Shalonia got a bonus here. Saying that you got 2 upgrades, 17 creatures, 4 artifacts total, and 13 actions. And so this is the global average here. And let's see some of the notes here. Low creature count, definitely low creature count in Untamed. And then this has got a high creature count. So, I would say if the synergy works in this deck and the cross synergy between some of the stuff that looked kind of interesting when we flipped through it works, then it could be a good deck in competitive play. But the 67 isn't that impressive, so let's go back to the deck. And we're back. Thanks for doing our first ever Keyforge Tearing It Up for the new set, Dark Tidings. Here's hoping we get a whole lot more sets coming up soon. I know all the 2020 insanity kind of delayed things in a lot of ways, so really hoping Keyforge makes a comeback. Cross fingers. So until next time, I'm Tom for Tearing It Up. Keep gaming.